excited to see how this goes between two of the top teams. I mean, if you're anyone else in this league right now, you should be taking notes.
Yeah. Percent. And you know, the thing that I will say about Rewind HP and sort of why some teams aren't huge fans is a lot of the spawns are super duper a lot of the spawns are super duper sticky, and it's just they're almost impossible to make the other team spawn out. You have to be in like the exact position where it's not just a general area. But other than that, I think Rewind Hardpoint plays exceptionally well. I think the hills are really well set up. I think the pace and the flow of the game is really, really good. But yeah, like other than that, I completely agree with you. Like, I do think that a lot of these players do prefer S&D on Rewind. It is more of a traditional S&D map. It's 3 lanes. There are very little verticality in the map. It's just really good old traditional Call of Duty, and that's what I love to see. That's sort of my grassroots. But yeah, things are starting to pop off here as Kaos is going to grab a bit of an early lead, and they look like they're out for blood. Looks like we do have a sub in for OMiT Brooklyn. Busy is going to be joining the roster. Hyde still nowhere to be found. His availability may just not be there this weekend, but it does not matter. OMiT Brooklyn managed to storm the gates and are going to be able to get this pretty early break on this P2. Big shots there at a Logano. Not going to be able to find the kill, but the teammate does. And yeah, this lead just continues to grow for them.
Kaos with a fantastic start. I mean, only really Nate has woken up on this map for OMiT. He's 7-5. Rest of the team negative. Sovereign right there, but Skill and Vizzy, they've got to pick it up soon if they want to try to put something together. I mean, they have the P3 rotation. You've got to get some good time on P3 here. If Kaos get this time, I mean, this is going to get really dicey really quick. It's going to go bad. It's going to go from bad to worse. I mean, you've got Logano. This is how important P4's positionings are. He's already here, locked and loaded. Does also help that he gets a good angle on the P3 to stop them from running out. But Sovereign all the way in the back towards P4, going to maintain that control. It's Kaos, though, getting some good time on this P3. They will get naded out by Skill. That's a good kill to find as Markel also dropped. But the rest of OMiT finally start to turn up as Skill and Nate. They're going to combine for 3. Need a lot more where that came from. Sovereign, that's some great beams out of him. That'll get some good points on the P3. They got the P4 locked down for now as they forced the spawn out with the 4 dead. But Kaos, they've broken this hill before. I mean, many times, but this one is going to be one of the highest pressure breaks they've had to do so far.
No, for sure it is. And Blue Gatorade trying to get active here, currently sitting at 8-6, Markle 9-8. They are putting in the work here, but OMiT is so close to tying the game up. The break does finally come in, but Nate the Great, last one standing, gets cut down. And once again, it is Kaos comfortably in this hill for the time being. This is one of my favorite hills in all of BO6. Just the way that it's set up, the way that it flows, all the different angles on the hill is just, I think it plays so well. I think it's a really balanced hill, but just great play out of Kaos here to keep this locked down. Marco going to be able to find that one in the back. More time going the way of OMiT Brooklyn as they're trying to close this gap. They're trying to close this out. They want to go home, and I can't blame them. Blue Gatorade on his way to new, trying to play this cutoff position. His teammate does fall outer street, so he is going to be forced to fall back. Spots a player there, maybe a couple. There is a player on a deep pinch, but Logano picks that up with ease. Here comes the pinch with Blue Gatorade. Big one there for Logano. Does get spotted. The tags are in. The kill is in as well. A true trade. But his teammates are not there quite yet to continue to contest that time or to continue to soak. And Nate playing the cutoff, just doing God's work, cutting off the reinforcements as they come. That's going to be 4 dead in the feed. OMiT Brooklyn take the lead, the first lead of this map at the 100-point mark.
Yeah, still very, very early in this map. OMiT, they got a great hill. I mean, a good P5. You said you love that P4, P5, very chaotic, very back and forth usually. As Chaos, they'll string a 3 dead together. That should get them a good amount of positioning for P1, potentially a P2 afterwards, but OMiT more than ready to get those P2 spawns. They've already got them at least somewhat under wraps, but they've got a little bit of a split up here. Blue Gatorade makes the right decision and just barrels towards one side of that stack. Does get one before falling. Dark, after such a huge series from him in the previous one against Pot of Gold, is falling a little silent here. He's almost 0.5 on the KD right now. They're going to need a little bit more out of him if they want to find this map, because it's still neck and neck, even with him having an unfortunate performance early on. Blue Gatorade really picking up that slack. He is 18 and 11 right now. Great out of him. As continuing to try to find their way in towards this P1 is OMiT. They have the P2 spawns for the moment. They're still spawning out all the way towards P4, so that's going to be a long rotation. Logano wins a big fight against Sovereign to force him out as well. Let's look at number 7 on your minimap skill. Just holding this spot, holding the spawns, so Chaos aren't able to get those back spawns. Still does get taken down by Logano. Still looking for more is Chaos. They're able to get the initial on this P2, and that's exactly what they needed. They need to expand this lead. No lead is safe against a team like OMiT.
No, I 100% agree, and Logano doing his best to lock things down here up front, but all the attention is at the back. As I say that, somebody cuts him down in P1. Their position has been called out, though, and the guns should be up and ready there. 1-4-1 skill is going to be able to find Markle there. Logano going to be able to find Busy. Logano finds 2. That's going to be huge for the... Make it 3 before getting picked up there, and the spawns have been secured for OMiT Brooklyn, but all of Chaos is nearby. Even if they keep this contested, I would take this as a win in their category. They're going to have new control. There's only 5 seconds left on this hill. They've got about a 30-point lead here, and Blue Gatorade is set up nicely to get this initial, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Doesn't manage to get that initial, gets tagged up by Skill a little bit. Skill into Burger, trying to put in some work here, and he does manage to find one onto Dark. Markle going to be able to find Busy in the background, not going to let that pinch come through. Big win out of Logano there. That is going to be huge for the program. Finds another one. He is on a bit of a spree here. 30 seconds remain in this hill. 190 has just been achieved by Chaos. They are getting oh so close to that 200-point mark and closing this map 1 out. Next hard point is just behind them as well. They have spawns for it. It's just keeping them through this P3. Skill trying to do anything and everything that he can for his team. 11 seconds left on this P3, but Skill gets taken out. Time does stop going the way of Chaos, but is it too little too late? With a team like OMiT Brooklyn, I almost never want to bet against them, but this is not looking great. Big break here in the spawns. If they soak all of this, we're looking at about a tie game, but Chaos looking for a big hit out the front to start things off, and Logano finding 2 is exactly what you need. Time still going their way. 40 seconds remain on this clock. There's enough time left to win it here. They just have to get these kills. The contest is in from Sovereign. Sovereign going to be able to find that one. That's going to be absolutely massive. Skill finds a trade after Sovereign falls to Markle, and this is just a mix.
Yeah, huge mix-up on this P4. I mean, P5 is exactly where OMiT doesn't want this one to end. I mean, they have to extend to a P5, to a P1 after that. Those are some pretty difficult rotations, especially this first one is going to really decide the rest of this map. OMiT, they'll soak the rest of that scrap. They're even going to get off early. They realize how important this rotation is. 26 seconds for Chaos to win this map. They've got to do it here. This is their best shot they're going to get at it. They have full control over the P5 for such a small room. They're not going to get much more time to work off of. It's huge, too. Initial trade back is not enough. A 4 dead for OMiT exactly when they needed it. 18 seconds for Chaos to win. And OMiT, they're going to have to do it on a P1. Chaos, they have a couple chances to break here before they have to really start thinking about the P1, but they got to be careful here. For the side of OMiT, they can't afford to rotate too early and leave this point under defended as they might have just now. Big kill from Markel is not enough as it gets traded immediately. So 20 seconds left on this hill before we go to a P1. Another really big rotation here for OMiT. Nate gets a good timing. Trying to find a wrap. 13 seconds, not enough for Kaos to win here, but they're more than happy. Took this time as P1 gonna get so mixy. OMiT not gonna be able to contest the rest of this P5. They're gonna have to hit those rotations. They're gonna have to do it soon. Skill and 2 was still outside here for OMiT. Not a fan of the positioning. They've got to make something happen towards P1, and they wipe them up, knock them down. Kaos spawning all the way out towards that P3 side. OMiT able to win off this P1. They gotta find these shots. Skill able to find 2. Busy with 1 as well. They might have them trapped. They spawn out towards P4 for the side of Kaos, looking to find their way in once more. 20 seconds for OMiT to win this map and go up in the grand finals. As on the door knocks Markel. He finds a big kill onto Busy to open it up, trying to find another one. Nate gonna get traded out after finding that kill onto Markel himself. Still, into the hill we go. Kaos, 4 seconds needed. They're still contested. They're still fighting. Blue Gatorade, big route from him. Has to be a touch and isn't. Kaos, neck and neck until the end, but they find the finishing touches, and they'll
too comfortable in the fact that they don't need they have an extra series to work with. But Nate is going to be able to find a couple off the rip. Sovereign is going to fall. It is a 2v2 now as Nate also falls. Lots of presence over at this B side. Skill with a beautiful stun is going to connect. Did see that player cross. Busy going to be able to find that one. And Busy finds the second, and OMiT are going to be able to take the first round in this map 2.
That's a huge performance out of Busy early on. I mean, he had a really quiet map 1. I mean, you could hear a pin drop with that performance, and that's not what we've come to expect from Busy. That is more than the outlier. I mean, it is surprising, and now, I mean, seeing this performance, I'm wondering where this was in map 1, but you're more than happy to see it now, if no other time, to the side of OMiT. Want these rounds on the board early to try to fight back into this series quickly. You do not want to let Kaos run away with the momentum. As, I mean, if a bracket reset does happen, it is well and truly anyone's game. Initial 3 board. Oh my goodness, OMiT. They just win 4 1v1 gunfights, and the round is over in a millisecond.
Yeah, OMiT definitely not playing around on this rewind S&D. This is impressive stuff.
Yeah, not playing around, not getting complacent like we said. Looks like that's the case for now. Kaos, I mean, again, 2 kills in 2 rounds, not the greatest of stat lines to find. And I mean, all of them were in the first round by Markel. A good 2K from him, but it just wasn't enough to get across the line. Busy on a 3K, looking to make his way towards that RCXD, and it's going to be another fast hit towards this A side. It's another bang out, and it's another absolute slaughter for OMiT. A little bit less so because one of them's a team kill, but still, you'll take the 2 for 1 any day of the week. There goes the trade back. Dark able to grab one there on a Skill, gets a second on a Busy. That's a great shot to find as Sovereign will find the trade back. Tries to get the timing all the way around. That bomb in the hands of Markel. Here's the glass break. Gonna try to go around to this B. Sovereign might have the god timing here, though. If he's not careful, Markel could get caught. Does get around the side of the truck. Will be able to get this bomb down. It's 1v1 means so much for OMiT to keep their momentum strong.
Yeah, and I was expecting an insta-chow here from Sovereign. Plays it a little slower than I expected. Markel on a mission, going deep, looking for any info. That stun is going to connect, but no shots are going to land. Currently a 1 HP difference, and Markel has gotten out of there. Now is the time where he should wrap, theoretically, but he is going to take the straight-up gunfight, give Sovereign the heady. Sovereign does tag him up extremely low, but Markel is out of there, out like a bad habit.
Does he have
but
time? He does.
Sovereign has enough time. Markel gets a little overzealous with that bomb check, and just, it's unfortunate, but it was a really well played 1v1 from Sovereign. Played the heady perfectly, you know, figured he was rotating, played the rotation perfectly. Just all in all, a great play from Sovereign.
Yeah, Sovereign, I mean, reads them like a book. That's what you're looking for in that sort of situation. Out of your clutch players from OMiT, 3-0 up. And this next round, I mean, I hate to call it early, but it feels like it's a must-win if you're Chaos to stay in this map. I mean, you have that one map cushion, you're up 1-0, but ideally you want to 3-0 everyone, but you got to figure out what maps you're able to drop. And this one, thankfully, is one of those for Chaos, but you love to just keep that pedal to the metal. But the momentum flipping in a big way as OMiT. They will have the first one drop, but Skill with a great shot there onto Markel. Logano and Dark will fall, and it's all down to Blue Gatorade. 1 versus 3. Bomb plant going down. I mean, does try for the first, does get a great uncontested kill, but the trade just a little bit too quick. As OMiT 4-0 up now on this S&D.
Yeah. This is looking great for OMiT. They're looking in control. OMiT, they play the trade game so well. Chaos really needs to sort of step their game up when it comes to trades. Be in a position to get your teammates trade, especially in a high contested area. Sovereign and Skill with a couple team kills off the rip.
I think they are resetting. Just something went wrong there. And good opportunity to looks like it was a game crash. So we're gonna send a little bit of time over to a break. Unfortunate timing, but good for getting it out of the way, as they will give that good little post end there. But looks like we need a little bit more time. They got to keep us up.
And we just trade you. Like, that's really all that Busy has to do here. And Busy has been performing out of his mind this S&D, finding 2 in the opening round. And I think he's had 1 every round since. But Sovereign, did he nade himself, or did he get
No, that's a kill from Markel's nade onto Sovereign. Codcaster, bless up again. You just love to make our lives harder. It was Markel's nade onto Sovereign, looking for more towards the site. Chaos able to get another great kill there, but traded out immediately by Busy. Down to the 2v2. 4-0 up is OMiT. Please ignore whatever it says in-game, as we got to reset on the board. But still, opportunity to get this bomb down here for Chaos, and OMiT, they're giving it. They're more than happy to just hold hands and play trades on the retake, and they are confident in their gunfighting abilities. I mean, that's great to see from OMiT. Chaos. How do they try to stop that? Nate does get the spot out there. They do try to start getting this bomb down. A little bit of an aggressive positioning, though, on top of the crate. Looking for something here. Busy able to clean up the first one. Has to be the second, though. Dangerous play forwards. Tag found. Not the full kill. Tag found again onto Busy. But he's able to get out alive. Cuts back and finds it. What is that?
You got to win that.
Lost or what?
You got to win that.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, that's a fight you have to have. I know there's a couple spots he can come from if you're Dark there, but he's on, like, what, 30 HP? You've got to find a couple bullets on target.
Yeah, he may have, the regen may have just hit, so he may have actually been at 100. Because Dark did shoot him, I think, twice at least, which realistically at 31, he should be a kill. So I think the regen may have just hit as he chowed. Perfectly timed chow from Busy, if that's the case. But once again, like I said, Busy has just been such an integral part in this S&D. Just popped 3 for the round win. Make it a 4th.
3-3 in what could be the deciding round. OMiT up 5-0, looking to make it a clean sweep here on S&D, but Logano and Markel gonna grab a couple, and it's all down to Nate. 1v3, turns it into a 1v2 by taking down Dark. Boy, he gets completely red, but he gets fried by Nate. Wow, what a shot that is. And now playing the waiting game is Nate. What a patience game it is from him. The timing perfect. He's hoping that Markel plays himself out of the round, but the defuse being stuck, he's got to commit to it now, and the round goes. A little too much poise from Nate. He expects Markel to play himself out of the round, but just not the case. Wanted to add that insult to injury, and it costs them. Chaos, they'll get a round on the board as it sits 5-1 right now for OMiT.
Yeah, and OMiT doing their, I don't know what Nate's play was there, but you got to check that bomb. I know what he was thinking. He was thinking the chase was on and whatever, but still, at once you hit like that 5 second or at 10 seconds, you gotta check that bomb. You gotta check that bomb. Tag him up if he's defusing, get out, play your life. Beautiful angle here from Skill. Going to be able to find the first 2 openers before getting traded out. Busy there for the trade. Nate finds the 4th. And ladies and gentlemen, map 2 is done and dusted. On to the control we go. What a...
Yeah.
You may have hit the nail right on the head. OMiT is shooting right now.
I mean, they are playing unreal. A great reversal from Busy. A really slow map 1 out of him. I know he was 0.5 for most of it. I think that's right around where he ended up. And I mean, going from that to just being lights out on S&D is a huge reversal. 6-1 this early, but this is so important, and it's a fast hit towards this B side. We've seen this a couple of times recently, but this time it gets absolutely shredded. Whole point might have been to get Dark up into top museum, but he's got to make something happen from over there, and he's got a lot to do by himself. Rest of OMiT will be able to make their way in towards this A side, but Nate again just continues to be lights out for this OMiT side. Up 4 lives already. They're looking to make it more than that as the spawn trap starts developing here.
Yeah, the spawn trap is going to get set up, and that is just, it's not ideal for the team getting spawn trapped, obviously.
You know,
but
no, I mean, they do a good job to fight out of this, to be fair. They only lost, I mean, they went positive. They went -1 on a spawn trap. Like, that is very impressive for Kaos.
Yeah, no, 100%, especially against OMiT Brooklyn. They have those, they know exactly where to be to set up these spawn traps, and they're just not going to let them have it. Dark going to be able to find a big 2 there before Nate finds the trade. Markle going to be able to find Nate. Busy going to be able to find Markle, and it's just trades back and forth once again. Sorry, I believe it actually was Logano that found the 2, not Dark. But nevertheless, big win there out of Markle, and that is the A point captured. Only 2 life disadvantage for the side of Kaos, especially with that spawn trap getting set up that early. That is so impressive. Logano, or Blue Gatorade, going to be able to find, no, Dark going to be able to find that opener. Also just trying to find some time. Is Markle not going to be able to do so? Skill just all day long has been ripping people off head. He's just absolutely beaming. The kid is cracked out right now. Big 1 out of Blue Gatorade there. Going to be able to find a couple. Busy, not going to be able to find much. Going to be able to find 1 on a Markle before going a little silent. Big shots from under the van from Skill. Currently sitting 6 and 4. This guy has been their pillar, has been their rock all day, and it continues. Busy having a really good showing here, 7 and 6. No progress being made over by that B point. Big turn and burn here from Skill, but it does not come true as Blue Gatorade manages to put him in the dirt. Big 1v1 gunfight on this B point. It's almost a must win for Kaos at that point, and it just doesn't happen. Kaos get eliminated. OMiT is too good on Vault Control.
Yeah, they went on lives. I do believe it was 3 ticks. I'm not sure if they got the 4th one. I don't believe they did for the side of Kaos. So, I mean, by no means is it a a surprising outcome. Defensive team wins on Vault, especially when it's OMiT Brooklyn. But Kaos, I mean, they put together a pretty good performance on attack. They had a couple opportunities that they just weren't fully able to grab, especially breaking out of that spawn trap as efficiently as they did. If they were able to convert that to a little bit more map presence a little bit quicker, I think they could have had a better shot at that B. Because, I mean, when you see a team down lives with 0 progress on B, it's not like the round is over, but it is pretty darn close as early on. Kaos, again, going to get ripped off early in a round. This time, with OMiT on the attack, they're going to get a free tick looking for number 2. It's going to be the 3rd one mainly that's up for contention here. And Kaos, do they try to even contest this and potentially bleed more lives, or do they just try to find the exit kills? Looks like the answer is B, and they haven't done it great. Markel able to grab a 2nd one. That's a good one to find, as I believe, apologies, it's Logano getting those 2. But down now 4 lives. Again, it's still B. It's still one of the harder control points in the game to capture, but got a nice little life lead for OMiT. you've got some great positioning to try to make this happen.
Yeah, Dark and Markel just not having the greatest showing right now. 5-9 and 5-10 out of them respectively. And it's not really what you come to expect from Dark, especially, or Markel, to be honest. But on the flip side, everybody just having a heyday. 10-5, 10-5, 11-9, 9-10. Just great stuff out of the gentleman on OMiT Brooklyn. Logano is on a 5 spree, trying to keep this rolling, trying to give his team some life. But I believe that's Sovereign up in top art, going to play Thorn in the side. He gets cleaned up by Dark. Beautiful play out of the young man. Nate trying to bait them in. Big play here. One player falls. Nothing else is found for the side of OMiT. 18-18 in the life count. A minute and a half left on the game clock. Sovereign going to find the kill to break the tie, but then Gatorade and Logo. I don't even know anymore. Gatorade
Let's just give
and Dark.
up on Codcaster at this point.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call it as I see it. Dark gonna find a couple to put us back into a tie here. Sovereign tucked away on this black Jeep, does get tagged up, does get cleaned up, and that's going to be a clean 4 dead for the side of Chaos. The spawn trap can be set up if they're quick enough. Does not look like they are, as they are still spawning back gold, back money, whatever you'd like to call it. Nate does get tagged up, has healed up though, looking for this chow on this player top art, but they're not peeking. They have bigger fish to fry. As I say that, they do peek out. Nate gets some good shots in. Logano in the background, going to be able to find one. Skill going to be able to find Dark. Marco going to be able to find Busy. And then from the top rope, Marco going to find Nate. Another shutdown on that push. 14-7 is the life count. Only 20 seconds remaining in the round. OMiT Brooklyn have to go, and they have to go now. And when Dark is laying down in mid, just cutting off any reinforcements that you have, it's not going to go well for you. 10 seconds left, 2 lives remaining. This is looking great for Chaos.
I mean, I would be surprised if they found a way to try to lose this one. I mean, they'll clean it up nicely. Chaos, I think Dark heard you. He had a fantastic spree. I believe it was 7 in the one life. That really set up nicely. I mean, we saw OMiT. This is the exact fight I'm talking about. They got set up nicely in top art a couple of different times, but they just couldn't win those high-pressure gunfights. Keep control the way they needed to really extend presence onto that B. It's only 3 ticks for OMiT. We're tied literally exactly back up, 3 ticks apiece, 1 round apiece, and all of a sudden, this is again anyone's map.
Yeah, you know, and as one of I'm gonna, this is gonna be a throwback here. I'm gonna get called a boomer for this, but pressure makes diamonds, fellas. Can't win those high pressure gunfights, you're not gonna be able to be a diamond. So let's lock it in, win those high pressure gunfights, and not lose these power positions, because that's exactly what went wrong for OMiT there. But tell you what's going right for Chaos right now, and that is the kills going in their favor. That's going to be all 4 players from OMiT Brooklyn sent on a respawn timer with a bit of a delay on that 4th player. That's going to be the first 2 ticks at a captured blue Gatorade. Not aware that there are players pushing up from behind him, or probably is aware, but not caring to chow. That is going to be 3 dead. Markle still getting active, keeping that life advantage in their hands just by 1. But big win here from blue Gatorade. Absolutely beautiful from the young man. Finds a second one, and he is just doing God's work right now. He is the defender. He is the attacker. Somebody get this man a blue Gatorade, because he is going to be thirsty after this. Trades going back and forth. 20-20 is the life count. A minute and a half left in this round for Chaos to try and put something together to get this B point or get these kills and stop the time.
I mean, they had a really great attack on A. Again, the B just so difficult. This is what we normally expect, is a defender's paradise here on Vault, and that's looking to be what's happening, at least for now. A big gunfight here with Markel. Needs to find this kill and does. That's outside control fully in the hands now of Chaos. No one on OMiT really that close to the vicinity. They need to find another couple big fights. Markel, huge kill there from him. Logano gets one as well. Sovereign able to trade one back and forth going down. They need to clear Busy out of toppler and fast though. One tick about to be found already. OMiT trying to do their best here to get in. They're on the outside looking in right now. Finally, they get that player on time. 2.5 ticks. Apologies, 1.5 ticks on this second hill is good for now. One tick will get regressed down to nothing. The Sovereign gets a great shot there. Couple kills from Logano, still looking for more, as that's a good secondary play from Dark before getting traded down. Still, Nate finding a second one. That's the trades in his favor that he's been looking for all map long, as he's still a little quiet so far here. Busy's nade is good to find one there, as with 5 lives now, 4 left for Kaos. The door gets shut in their face. A great opportunity. They just can't convert.
Yeah, and not able to convert indeed. Sovereign going to find the second last player alive. Just Logano left up in the clutch. A 1v9 would be legendary, and he may be a legend, but that was not... It was not his time to shine there, unfortunately. OMiT take a 2-1 round lead. They can close it out here. Currently, the ticks lie 3-7 going into our round 4. OMiT Brooklyn need at least, 4 ticks to tie on ticks. Then it comes down to lives, which I do believe they are ahead in so far. But they don't really want to chance that. They just want to get it done and dusted here. They want to get our first attack round win and put this series on ice, put it to bed, essentially. Just have that HP left in their way to close it out.
Oh, dangerous gunfight towards mid. Good wins from Kaos early on here. Again, they are the team expected on the defense. It's been Defender's Paradise. They want to force this round 5, but they need to do it while not giving up too many ticks. They got themselves the cushion of that 4th tick off the back of a good play on offense. They just have to convert, and then they'll have another defense round to try to send themselves up 2-1 in the series. But OMiT, they're bleeding a lot of lives early here, trying to go for anything but this A side. Dangerous play. They find a couple good kills, but it's not enough to get a lot of purchase towards B just yet. Busy with a great kill there, though, looking for a second. Will just fall back towards lower vault. Rechal's into Markel. Will not be able to find it just yet. There we go. Busy. He just won't be beat right now. Logano. Apologies, no Dark. It's finding all 3 there, though. And that's Kaos immediately shutting the door after they gave it a good little open. Gotta be careful. Sovereign fighting into the spawn. Will grab one there. And it's Dark. He's been great the last couple lives here for Kaos. 4 on the board right now, making his way towards a Hellstorm. That's number 5 for Dark. Still fighting time and time again. So OMiT, I mean, they've got to get something going here. They're way behind on ticks. They've got to get more than this as Kaos, they continue to shut that door.
Yeah, they got to get the wheels on the bus, so to speak. One of my favorite original hockey videos. I don't know if you guys haven't seen it, go look it up, get the wheels on the bus. But it is an absolutely phenomenal video, and that's exactly what they have just done. A has been captured. That 1 minute of extra time has been added. Instantly onto B they go. Big gunfight here. Markle not going to be able to find the kill just yet. There it goes. Nate falls. No more pressure in bottom art as of yet. Skill going to be able to find blue Gatorade, but the trade is in from Markle onto Skill. Markle, sorry, Logano going to be able to find Nate in the background. Dark going to be able to find Sovereign. Logano going to be able to find Busy, and it is just an absolute massacre for Kaos right now. They are putting OMiT in the blender. I have not seen a red kill in the kill feed in some time. They have to focus on this tick, though. They really, really do. They need this tick for this defense. It has been a defender's paradise so far. Busy, the last man up, not going to be able to do it. And Kaos get that first or that last round defense. They just have to stay even keel here. They have to keep the boat even keel, no overchalling, none of this garbage. Like good fundamental Call of Duty, play the trades, play the objective, and they have this in the bag. Right now, it's Chaos's game to lose.
I would say that for sure. I mean, again, it's been a defender's paradise, and look who are the defenders. It's Chaos. One tick was all it took to get them across that line, and they found it. I mean, OMiT, they were completely shut out on that B in the previous round. Now they're gonna have to win the full round. They can't just try to find that one tick. They've got to go all in. They find one fight early. That'll be one free tick towards A, but A is not the ultimate prize. That's what B is for this round. They got to be careful lives-wise here for Chaos. They can afford to give this up. What a 3K that is from Markel, though. He's on 7, making his way right towards that Hellfire. Only a tick and a half for OMiT so far. They get full reset, and now they might be getting blended. They got to be careful. A couple big fights. Skill gets the trade. That should stop this one trap for now, but they still got to be really careful. One more big fight. Skill comes out on top again. Still, 2 lives down is OMiT. Turn and burn. Busy. What a shot that is. Skill. But making the most of the life he was given will finally get taken down as 2 for Markel is perfectly timed for Chaos. He is playing lights out. His best map of the day so far. Still, OMiT keep getting shut down early. They can't get a good spree of kills together, and they're down 5 right now.
I reverse caster curse these two. Dark and Markel at the start of this map were just absolutely, with all due respect, shit in the bed. And now look at them just turning it up, turning and burning any chance they get. Markel on a 4, 35 and 24 right now, has 1 round worth of lives in his pocket. Big win here from Skill. Big challenge. Does not manage to find the second, but progress being made on A for OMiT nonetheless. 5 life disparity for them, though. Skill going to try and clear out this top catwalk. That is going to be A captured. All focus should be over at B, and that's going to be absolutely massive to slow their roll. That's going to be a big set of kills from Logano and Dark. Able to stabilize for the time being, putting them down to single-digit lives.
Single-digit lives and single-digit opportunities. I mean, again, that's what I wanted to see out of Chaos. They know that the A is not the win condition. They can afford to play the lives. They're up 6 with only 8 to go, but OMiT, they get a great couple kills. Look at this route from number 5 and number 7 on your minimaps. This is going to decide the round right here, right now. Gets ripped off. Does he expect the second is the question. I think Logano spotted him out. Shots whiffed. Now Skill. He's got to win some huge fights. Does find the first one there. Looking for more, but gets taken down. And with that gone, I mean, 1 tick about to be found on this B side, but the lives are just not there. It has to be 1 solid set of fights from Chaos to close out the map. 1 already gone. It has to be 3 for 1 on the rest of these players as they continue to fall and continue to find these kills for the side of Chaos. That will just about do it for map number 3. As OMiT are vanquished, Chaos on what I dubbed a must-win. They play like it, and they have to win this map, but if they want to keep the momentum going, this is a great one to take home if you're Chaos.
Yeah, it really is, and they are coming out hot, but so is OMiT. Nate, gonna find that one on to Blue Gatorade. I hate Codcaster so much, I can't put it into words, but that's neither here nor there right now, as we have Call of Duty, the cast. Good Lord, Busy gonna be able to find one, not gonna be able to find the second on to Blue Gatorade there. He's gonna be good for it. Nate gonna find a team kill onto Sovereign. That's unfortunate. Time going the way of Chaos at the moment. However, OMiT Brooklyn did have a bit of a lead, so we're just out of a tie game right now, and OMiT Brooklyn have those P2 spawns. Big shots out of Logano there. Somehow only got tagged up for 81. That's kind of crazy. Back up to full health. All this scrap being soaked. He does get tagged up there briefly, but OMiT are here for P2. They are ready to throw down, get down and dirty, roll around in the mud or the pudding, whatever you're into. Let's get it going. Markle trying to do.
I was gonna say OMiT have yet to play a not close hardpoint today. Actual apologies. They've played 1 hardpoint that isn't close. They've played a lot more that are, which is not the norm for this team. But right now, one thing Chaos can't afford is to let OMiT get more than a 1-hill lead. If it gets to that point, then this one is over. It's done with, and they're doing a great job. Great challenge onto the P2. They get the break. Still busy. Up close and personal. He gets shut down himself. That's going to stagger the rest of OMiT. And that'll most likely convert the rest of this scrap over to Kaos.
Yeah, and Kaos doing a great job of finding this scrap. However, it is now time to start heading towards this P3, and Busy is there to shut anything down. The human turret, so to speak, just absolutely fried them. Logano is going to find him in the side. Nate and Sovereign going to combine for a couple there. Dark going to be able to find one before falling. Nate is finding some shots. Blue Gatorade with some good shots there too. Going to be able to find that player on time. And his team once again breaking into this P3 and continuing to increase the lead.
Big opportunity. Nate, how is he getting one there at all? Going to lead to a Kaos losing out on the trade war. OMiT Brooklyn again continue to soak time. They'll be about tied up if they get the rest of this, but Kaos immediately gets that 3 dead. They'll get positioning over P4 and the rest of the P3 scrap. They might lose a couple of points with OMiT hitting in through, but I think a lot of OMiT, they're more than committed to this upcoming rotation. I think Kaos wasn't committed enough. They weren't here in time. Nate beats him to the angle, and that's a first gunfight win that OMiT are more than happy to snowball into more. Logano gets a big gunfight win there, as in comes the second there from Dark. Still, 4 streak for Dark, make it 5 for him. And it's Kaos finding the rotation onto this P4, and they'll get the first initial.
Yeah, and the initial is so important here, and they're going to be able to lock it down for about 20 seconds before the break comes in from OMiT Brooklyn. OMiT getting this setup in, locking it down. If they hold all this time, we're going to be looking at pretty damn close to a tie game. Great shots at a Busy there. The help is here as well. OMiT Brooklyn going to shut down that first attempt at a retake from Kaos. Big shots into Logano here, down to about 35 HP. Flying out. Does just pass a player who went out hot tub. Not sure what happened there, but the break is in. 10 seconds remaining. OMiT back on the time. 81-95 is going to be our score going into this second set of rotations. Big shots out of Nate and Busy. That's going to be 3 dead. Last player up top, P2, is Blue Gatorade. He's going to manage to find one. Not going to be able to find much more as of now. Busy with the cleanup onto Blue Gatorade. 2 players up top bed. One gets found out. Second one gets found out. Sovereign just shooting absolute piss missiles at them. Great shots out of him. And once again, we go stagnant for just a little bit before Kaos hops on this time, continues to soak. That's something that they are so good at, is any downtime that's being had, there's no gunfights being had, they're getting straight to that time. They don't care if it takes their blood, sweat, tears, whatever it takes, they're getting on that time, and that is why this lead continues to grow.
Yeah, speaking of, again, they just get that one player holding the scrap. Oh, I'm not a fan of that challenge there from Markel. He's been really quiet early in this map. It's a lot of time he's given up by dying in that position. Nate gets the first big kill. Dark all the way back on helipad, needs to stay alive here as long as he can, or at least try to take some down with him. He only gets 1. They're going to be spawning still in the back unless Markel's able to find more, and he does! Great second shot out of Markel. I gave him a little bit of flack, and he comes alive at a great time. Kaos able to get on some time and try to keep that lead from drawing to a close. OMiT in, Nate killed. Logano finds that one. Busy gets an immediate trade. Skeleton funnel in there on towards Blue Gatorade. That's an opportunity now to get on this time and get something going for the side of OMiT. They're getting in there. Great initial gunfight from Sovereign. He gets traded out. Dark able to get 2 of his own. He stays up as well as Skill. Can't find the 1v1. Dark with his 3rd of the life before getting shut down by Busy. Markel, checkerboard in the kill feed as OMiT come the victors, and they'll find their first true, real, sizable lead of this hard point.
And I don't even know if you can count it as sizable. It's, what, 6 points right now? It's the same lead they had in P1.
Yeah.
It's yeah, and it's almost going to instantly vanish as this P3 pops. P3 is definitely a bit of a money hill if you can get it locked down, but Sovereign doing his best to shoot these beams, does tag a player up, not going to be able to find the kill though. Skill doing his best to lock things down, not able to find anything. Markle trying to do the same, but Markle is able to find 2 before getting traded by Nate. Blue Gatorade is there for the trade as well. They have this on lock. 25 seconds remain in this hill. 125 to 160 is the score right now. This is not looking good for OMiT Brooklyn. This game's slowly starting to slip away, get out of reach, so to speak. 35, 40-point lead, 45-point lead right now.
45-point lead is right. It's a tough pill to swallow for OMiT, but you've got to turn it around soon. This P4 break is already underway. First kill found. Is the spawn out there? Yes, it is. Number 3 spawns all the way in La La Land. They've got to hit in before that pinch comes through, though, for the side of OMiT. Jingle Peek in, but Logano finds them both. 3K for him. Still finds the trade. Gets a couple for himself. Still needs to stay alive, but a great trade there from Dark. Standing firm in the back end. Will continue to let Kaos soak this time, but a quick hit in. Immediate trade up from Blue Gatorade. He gets traded as well. Dark with the last big kill. Skill on the doorstep, though. Finds the second. Needs support from his team, and they need to find number 4, Logano, and they do. OMiT should be able to finish off this break. Only 1 left in vicinity. It's Blue Gatorade. They chased up steps. He'll get ripped off as well. What a break from OMiT right when they needed it. They need to hold on to the scrap as well, though. Looks like they'll get all but at least a few seconds. They all spawn out in the back, though. They'll be able to get the last bits of scrap before this last rotation. Kaos still only 1 hill away.
Yeah, 1 full 60 does it for them, and it looks like that's exactly what they're looking to do on this P1. This player is down, tucked away, but the break is in. If OMiT can soak a majority of this time, we are going to have a ball game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. 41 seconds remain. They can take the lead off this hill if they lock it down. P2, so important, and you can see just in the way that Kaos is playing, not overextending, not over-challing, not flying and stuff, that they feel like this is all going to come down to P2. Look at OMiT closing the gap, getting ever so closer to tying this game up, but the break is in. Sovereign going to be able to find that trade, though. Big win out of him again with the pistol. Not going to be able to find anything else. 200 to 184. They are on time. 200 and counting. Every passing second is a second closer to the win. 209 is where they stand going into P2. Lots of pressure from OMiT over at P2, though. They are surrounding like vultures, like crows, like piranhas, busy finding a massive 2-piece on time. Make it 3 shots with the SMG ring true, and he is locked in right now, ladies and gentlemen. Big stun, that's going to connect. Both teams doing their best to find the advantage on this time. 30 seconds remain on this hill. It's not winnable for Kaos here, but OMiT can get pretty darn close. So can Kaos. Skill locking things down up top steps, top piano, doing his best. Big win there at a Sovereign. Skill, or I don't even know who that was, but they had no idea that Sovereign was still lurking in the back. 11 seconds remain on this hill. It's going to be about a 10 to 15-point lead after this hill is finished. Sovereign has cleared out P3. This is looking really, really good for OMiT Brooklyn, but he gets cleaned up. Big trades back and forth. Nate going to be able to find one. Oh my goodness, what? Sovereign spawns up, shooting like his life depends on it. Manages to find the opener. Finds a second. Team is there for the support. That's going to be 4 down. Only 16 seconds remaining till they win this game. All they have to do is hold off this one assault, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do that. They do have an opportunity to break. However, Kaos can still win it off this hill. 26 seconds remain. They only need 20. Trades back
good positioning, though, from Markel. Finds him a third of his life. Still busy. Fighting forwards. Finds 2. That might be enough. They just have to push it to a P4 here. If you're OMiT, you've got the spawns, but you're not there in time. You need to hit all. The communication is a mess, and it's not in time. They have to hit now, but it's all gone. It's all to pieces. Rip it up and start it anew. We've got a bracket reset in the